Hi everyone, Melinda here with Team Conversa. So excited to give you an update. Conversa is coming very soon to help you with your job interviews. I'm gonna do a quick demo so you can see where we're at and a little bit about what we're working on so we can get this app to you as quickly as possible. I know it is urgent for a lot of us. So we're gonna dive right into an interview. I'm gonna tell Conversa that I'm a customer success manager at Duolingo, 5 years of teaching foreign languages. When you're using Conversa, you can put a whole job description in there. We're going to give you the ability to just upload a link. You can also put your resume or your LinkedIn profile in there, or just as much as you want to about yourself. You can also give Conversa nothing and just start the interview and get some practice in for just talking about yourself if you want to. So we'll give this a chance to load up. Okay. I do like that Conversa saw some specific stuff and dove right into a specific interview. Thanks for applying for the customer success manager position at Duolingo. Can you tell me about your previous experience working directly with customers? Hi, Conversa. I'm really excited to learn more about your customer success role as well. I've been teaching foreign languages for the past 5 years in schools in Italy, Spain, and the US, teaching Italian, English, and Spanish. And I've learned a lot about keeping learners engaged throughout foreign language learning and some of the toughest obstacles. So I'm excited to share more and learn about the role. I am really going off the cuff here. That wasn't an A+ example. I didn't give Conversa any concrete performance metrics or
Great,
results.
Conversa. It sounds like your experience teaching foreign languages could be very valuable in a customer success role at Duolingo. How would you handle a situation where a customer is struggling to understand a particular language concept and becomes frustrated?
It's so much fun to be building Conversa. I love how my pronunciation and addressing Conversa sounded like Carvsra, and ChatGPT absolutely picked that up. Also, Conversa, as the hiring manager, seems a bit confused about who's who, and so she's addressing me as Conversa as well with the typos. So that's kind of a fun thing to see. Something that we'll definitely correct for, so that as you start using her, we have less and less of those little bugs. Yeah, okay, so she's going straight into like, hey, that's great, you've been doing this teaching stuff, but like, let's talk about a particular language concept. So again, I didn't give a concrete example. I didn't give a quantifiable example. So there's not much substance to go on here. So I need to give something concrete if I want to ace my interview. Yeah, I think a lot about how to work with students who are struggling. In fact, when I was teaching English as a foreign language in Madrid, Spain, my students the year that I was there performed 3 percentage points higher than the students the year before when I hadn't been there. I use gamification and empowerment tactics at precise points in the foreign language journey where I know there are going to be the biggest struggles to keep students motivated throughout the hardest parts of the process. So I gave a number, but I didn't actually give a specific example or a specific tactic. I talked kind of vague. So let's see what she does with that.
That's great to hear, Conversa. It sounds like you have valuable experience and strategies to help learners succeed. How would you apply these same tactics and problem-solving skills to assist Duolingo users who may be facing similar challenges while learning a new language online?
I've been thinking a lot about Duolingo users. I've actually been using it myself. Long time foreign language learner, speak Spanish and Italian. So I've been testing out Duolingo myself with French, and it's really helpful for me to see from my own experience where I get stuck, but also because of my over 5 years of experience teaching foreign languages, I also already know the points in the user journey that are going to be the most difficult. So what I would do is I would kind of go in, look at your user journey, work with the team to break down where in foreign language we're going to see the biggest challenges. And at those points in the user journey, we're going to start to develop engagement and empowerment tactics maybe some that you're already using, like gamification, just how to bring those out to make the experience a bit stronger so we can increase engagement and learning. Didn't give her a specific tactic, kind of talked in circles again. If I were actually doing this for a real job interview, and we'll see what she says here.
System. That's a great approach, Conversa. As a customer success manager at Duolingo, you would be responsible for ensuring that our users are successful in learning a new language. How do you define success for a Duolingo user?
Ooh, I like this question. Also, just some of the bugs that we're working on at Conversa, you can see that she suddenly said system. So there's definitely some confusion about who is who, and she's definitely resetting back there and qualifying that she is the system. We don't want her to do that with you. We are building a really natural interview environment. I do like that she is stating again, like, hey, you're responsible for this. How are you going to define success for a Duolingo user? So kind of the differences between like a real hiring manager and an interviewer and coach. Converse is giving me a lot of pointers. She's educating me about the role as I go along so that I can go out and ace my interview when I actually am talking to Duolingo. Even in this is even some education here, you know, how do you apply these same tactics and problem solving skills to assist Duolingo users who are facing challenges? Lots of good background on the role, especially if I were really coming to this with zero experience in customer success. When I pivoted from teaching to tech, it was actually an engineer friend who sort of recruited me to the company. So the interview process was a little bit different, but I definitely went out and talked to a lot of friends working in product before that first meeting with the CEO, so that I was ready to ace it and understood the language that they were looking for. Not all of us have that, and so Conversa fills in for that and gives you that, like, hey, here's kind of how we're thinking about customer success. Here are some things you need to know. That said, we should also really study the job description and map our experiences to it. But our coach Conversa here is going to help us through that process. I've talked a lot. Apologies, I really am a teacher at heart still. Let's ask Conversa how I'm performing herself. So Breyer just released a new analytics board. One of the things that I see, and I'm just checking this out in real time, this recently came out. Our analytics are on a scale of 1 to 10. I would not know that as a user right now. I would think that I just got a 7 out of 7, which is not the case. 7 out of 10 is much different. Clarity, 6 out of 10. I'm kind of underperforming here from where I want to be. One of the things that I would do right now is I would go back and I would re-interview. I would take a moment to actually type out my answers. I would look at her questions, read them. I might go off of the speak mode so that I can just think through text, compose my answer, get a few runs in where I'm giving very concise stories, see what they look like, kind of start to practice saying the stories out loud, and then I go and interview with Conversa again. So it's pretty powerful, even though, as you can see, we still have some bugs, a lot of things we're working out. This is just a quick demo to kind of give you an update of where we're at. I know a lot of you really want this right now and it can be powerful, so we're working as fast as we can. If you have any thoughts for me, any feedback, we would love to hear from you how this can help you right now or what you would need to see to make this help you more with your interviews. So reach out and we'll keep you posted. We're looking at releasing this in ideally end of next week, possibly into the next week, but we will again let you know just as soon as it's ready. All right, have a